Good morning and welcome to Ellon Academy's virtual assembly on Monday the 19th of April 2021. So the main theme, as you can expect, is welcome back to school. It's really good to hear the school so busy again. It's been very quiet since January, so it is lovely to hear everyone coming back into school this morning and lots of excited chatter as well. So registration today is extended for 20 to 20 minutes just to give time for the messages to be played to you from this assembly. So a few reminders today that social distancing is no longer required on school transport and in school, and this is really good news for us because it helps us get on with all of the things that we need to be doing this term. Face coverings are to be worn at all times, apart for those who have medical exemption. And obviously, when you're having your snack and your lunch, you can take your face coverings off. There's no requirement for school uniform just now, and that was a decision that we made last term, and school uniform will be reinstated in its entirety after the summer break. As I said, break time is 20 minutes to allow for a comfort break and also for hand washing, for time to do that. And the canteen servery will be available at breakfast time and at lunchtime, but not at break time. So it's really important to set out our priorities on the first day back at school. And as you can imagine, you've been out of school for 4 months. You haven't been in full-time school and face-to-face education since December, which sounds like a long time ago. And our priorities are really important to get all of our pupils back into the habit and routine of coming to school and hearing face-to-face learning. So the priorities are learning, learning, and learning. That is our key priority for this term, to make sure that every person is feeling comfortable where they are with their learning, knowing what they're doing, building on the good work that was done during lockdown, because many young people really thrived and really did a fantastic job. Some young people, for a number of reasons, found that more difficult, and we do understand many of the difficulties and challenges that young people faced. But now that we're back to face-to-face learning, we have a task to do, and that's for all pupils from S1 right up to S6, to make sure that everybody is on track with their learning. So in saying that, there's no time for late coming. We need young people to be in class and ready to learn and not disrupting the learning by coming in late, and that might be in the morning or it might be in between classes as well. We need you to act intentionally and get to your lessons in good time. We need you to be attentive in your classes, to participate, to engage, to really maximise that opportunity that you now have to engage with the expert in the room, and that's your teacher, to make sure that you're benefiting fully from their vast experience and knowledge in the subject that they are delivering to you, and you have this opportunity that you didn't have so much in distance learning when you were at home. You've got choices to make in terms of the conduct that you show in your lessons. And if you are going by our 5 pillars, the arriving on time, being punctual, being prepared, being participating, persevering and progressing, if you're showing that, you won't be distracted by others, or you won't be distracting others. Many young people thrived whilst home learning because there were no other pupil distractions round about them, and that was a good thing for many young people. Some young people were different and need that interaction with peers, but as long as it's positive interaction about the learning and about the task, don't waste time or the time of others, and also your teacher's time in dealing with pupils distracting other people away from that core business of learning. Some young people often have disputes and falling out on social media after school in the evenings and at weekends. And some young people choose to settle those differences whilst in school, and we don't have any time for that. If young people are having genuine difficulties that are causing them distress or are feeling that they are bullied in some way, then we do have expertise amongst the staff, in particular your guidance teachers, to support you to deal with that and deal with it in appropriate ways. But some young people use coming back to school as an opportunity to deal with their difficulties inappropriately. So we have no time for that. Do the right thing and ask the experts for their help. And it doesn't have to be a guidance teacher. Most teachers will be more than happy to help you if you're having a difficult time, or to talk to your guidance teacher on your behalf. So we need you to be really intentional about your learning and making sure that you are working hard in school. Lots of young people will have gaps in their learning. Lots of young people will have kept up really, really well. So many of us are at different stages. But your well-being is really important too, and we want to support you in building your well-being and your resilience as well as you return to school. The very fact that you're returning to school brings well-being issues with it, or well-being good things, like reconnecting with friends and with your staff and having those daily social interactions which are good for our well-being. Keeping learning is good for our well-being, and feeling on top of things and feeling that you're not isolated and you can ask for help. And being active is really good for well-being too, and you'll have PE and you'll be involved in other things out with school now more than maybe you have been in the past. And it's really important to get involved with things with your peers and your friends to build up that social interaction once again. So we're here to support your well-being, but the key to that is getting on top of your learning and feeling good about where you are with your learning too. So we're here to support you as ever, as always, and we're looking forward to this term, and hopefully we'll all be in the school with no more lockdown until for as long as humanly possible, and hopefully no more lockdowns at all. So until next week, thank you for listening and have a good learning day.